afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Camilla.
And we're here with Crowdsurfing, where we take a look at projects that are ending in the next, 2 weeks, because next week's Gen Con. And
Hello.
I did notice there used to be way more projects running during Gen Con.
Yes.
Because
they would show them there.
They would show them off and be like, you can back it right now.
Right. When did that, change? Is it just
okay
this year?
I don't know. I wonder what that was. Maybe the price of a booth at Gen Con became prohibitive because you weren't selling anything there.
Maybe, but it just seems like it was a hard shift very quickly.
Yes.
So,
which is okay. I don't really like the feeling of walking up to a booth with a stunning looking game and it's just someone's dream.
Other side of that, I really like. I mean, how many times do we talk in here? We're like, this is a game that I want to demo. I want to demo this before I back it. So I do think there's something to say. Like, if I could make I want to go and try these games because they're currently running, and then I'll either back or not back right there. I think there's something to say for that.
I agree on that, but I will say if I'm at a convention, I look and there's no stacks of games at the back of the booth, I just keep going.
Yeah.
Or I talk to them knowing that's what it is.
Sure.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's just the clarity of knowing. And two, I'm seeking those booths out. I don't happen to walk by and be like, oh, this is interesting. What is it? It's more like I want to check out these games because I'm already watching their campaigns.
Right.
We will be talking about Gen Con tomorrow, so come back then and we'll be going through the list of games and telling you what we're looking forward to and or not. But today we're talking about stuff on Kickstarter and Gamefound and Backerkit. Speaking of Gamefound, our show is sponsored by Gamefound. We like to take a look at a project each week. Here's an interesting one. Today we're taking a look at Taburu Dungeon Sword and Sorcery. Now, Sword and Sorcery is a game that has been around for a while, a dungeon crawl from Ares Games, but this is now in combination with the Taburu system, which is this large board that you see in this picture that matches with an app, and it's a smart board, so when you play on it, you'll be able to move pieces around and the board will tell you what happens. There's a lot of different things involved with this. Taburu has had a few games out here, but this is now in combination with a tried and true game. Sword and Sorcery has been around for many years, a very popular dungeon crawl game, and so you can see you don't have to have all these cards and tokens. You're just going to have these smart tiles and your pieces. You don't even need a rule book. You'll just play through and it keeps everything up what's going on. So you have the different pledges that you can get. You can, back this new Sword and Sorcery, and then if you need a system, you can add it on here for 100 euros. And then, of course, all different other add-ons. But hey, what is in this one? This is a new game. If you're new to Sword and Sorcery, this is a new core pledge that has all the things that you need to play this game on the system here. So you can see all the different monsters and some new monsters. And then if you already own that game, then you just need to buy a conversion pack, which will allow you to play it with the Taburu system. And then it talks a little bit about how the app works. There's different quests. There's 100 different cards in the apps. There's a lot of different things going on right now. So definitely check this out. It's on Gamefound now. If you want to combine this Sword and Sorcery dungeon crawl with an electronic system that's going to get rid of the tedious bookkeeping and let you just play the game, check it out. Taburu Dungeon, Sword and Sorcery. Alrighty, here we go. We're just going to jump into projects. Let's jump into one I'm actually very excited about. And this is Grendel, the Game of Crime and Mayhem. So this is from Off the Page Games, and they do weird,
wacky stuff
games, all based on graphic novels. And every single time I've never heard the graphic novel, and every time I go read the graphic novel, I'm like it. So there's been Mind Management.
Yes, you liked it.
And then there was the Harrow County.
You liked it.
And then the last one was
Core Discovery.
Core Discovery.
That's the one. That's the one I need to play.
I think you're not a big comics person.
I have read a couple comics.
I think you might like Manifest Destiny.
Is that Core Discovery?
That's Core Discovery. Yeah, that became Core Discovery.
It's so violent. I think you would like it.
Well, you know what the premise is?
No.
So the premise is it's alternate history as a genre.
I like
that. So the idea is Lewis and Clark's expedition, right?
That makes sense.
But when they get out there, correct me if I'm wrong, and they start exploring, the thing they encounter is monsters.
Yes.
Monstrous things.
Minotaurs, all kinds of
That makes sense.
weird
Okay,
stuff.
so pretty much it's the board game. I mean that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an
Ooh, I like
awesome
that.
theme, right?
Yes.
I really want to play this game. Grendel
This one's based
looks
on
good
a comic
too.
of like a powerful figure who is also, I think, a crime boss. But here there's 4 different factions: Grendel, the mob, the police, or the wolf creature. And there's a couple things. First of all, very asymmetrical, area control with all the stuff going on. But there's also this little tower that you're putting pieces in that is kind of weighted at some point. See that? Mm-hmm. You're adding these aggression tokens, and when enough weight in it, it might trigger, and then mayhem starts.
That's so cool.
I like that, yeah.
That is
Because it's
so
kind of a
cool.
little bit of memory of, hey, what's going on in there, but
Yeah, 'cause you
not-
can just count, but since
But
you
you're
can't
also-
see it, that's a fun little gimmick.
right, and you're probably going to end up forgetting. It's like, oh, I think we're good in there. I think, I think that's really fun. The look of this grew on me. At first, I thought it was too stark, I think, with the different colors. But as I was going through and looking at it and saw the whole board together, I think there's a real nice clarity to it of what's going on. So, yeah, this one grew at me the more I looked at it.
This is my second favorite looking game of theirs after Core Discovery, which like I said, I haven't played yet. This is the second best looking for me.
Okay,
and I played the first 2, and I thought they were okay, but
Well, I
this
don't
has
really like the look of mind management at all.
Yeah. Again, it's sort of an acquired taste a little bit. I'm sure people do like it. It's popular. This one's interesting because it seems their games do tend to be very esoteric, and this one seems, while certainly asymmetric, a little more clear cut. Like, you're trying to area control stuff, and this person does it with bag building. This person is doing a dice game. You know what I mean? And that's nice. That's clear in my head. I'm like, oh, cool. I can understand that.
Yeah, I wonder if you'll like that, though, in the gameplay, because there's not many other games that you like that happening in, right? Where everyone's kind of playing their own mini game.
Yeah, because then what I've found to happen in games like that is the game we're all playing with our mini games is bland.
Bam.
Okay, interesting.
I'm just going off based on the weight of the last 3. He has 3 times where he has done a good job at this.
Yes.
I fully expect it. And when he briefly showed it to me this year at Gamma, and I was very enamored just on the things he was showing me.
That's cool.
I
That's nice.
like the 4 different factions playing differently. I can't even tell you which faction I'd like to be. Like, I can be the police. That's cool. I can be the mob. Ooh. I can be werewolves, or I can be Grendel. It's like, well, those all sound fun.
Yeah.
You got to play 4 times in a
You
row.
got to just do the one that you probably try the mini game that interests you the most. I know
Yeah.
the main guy is the bag building guy, right, Grendel?
Yes.
So you probably would like that. I know you're a bag building fan.
Yeah, maybe.
For me, the dice driven one is the mob. I want to say the green ones. That sounds fun.
Alrighty, next we have Party Panda Pirates. Now, I have a confession to make. It wasn't until I saw this board here. Where is it? They were showing a picture of the board.
With the middle thing.
And the score track. I don't know if there's a picture of it there. I did not know. There it is. I did not know, and maybe I'm dumb, that the ocean was shaped like a panda and the scoreboard was a hat. I never knew that
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
until I looked
Totally
at it
missed that.
right now, and I was like, oh.
Oh, I get it now.
I also hate this game.
Yeah.
I am obviously...
Way to bury the lead.
I am obviously not in the majority here. This is doing very well. When I went to Mexico, this was possibly the most popular game there.
I remember we played this, and I did enjoy it. I just thought the mini games that you play were a little basic or obvious. I don't
Yes.
think there was a lot of creativity in them.
That is the whole game.
But that was some of them. I'm not talking about all of them.
Oh,
no.
okay,
Yeah, I
gotcha.
did think, and I thought the
You
little
said
bit
the
of
mini games
mechanism.
were plain and obvious, and I was just saying, like, that is kind of the whole game.
Do you need to wind up? Because I can...
No, you're fine. No, I'm just saying I think some of them were, and very just like, oh, you clearly thought of this in 5 seconds.
Okay.
So the culmination
6
of the
dice.
game, right, exactly, that kind of stuff. But like the whole mechanism of putting in the middle and trying to land on the island, I thought it was interesting.
Okay.
Now, that being said, the people who made this game are super nice, and I like a lot of the other games. I like Dodo's Riding Dinosaurs. That's a fun game. So this is not my cup of tea, but if you like these little mini game type things, and they put more effort into this one than most people do.
Yeah.
Most time it's like 6 cards in a box that comes with 10 dice, 3 rings, and 4 pawns. And somehow they made 10 games out of those because anyone can.
Mm-hmm.
Here they got a plastic ship that you're dropping things off of and things. So you might like it. I think there's an expansion in here too, so yay.
Pandemonium. Or Pandapalooza or whatever it was.
Homestead Hyperjump. That's what we just called our move. Where we left. This one's doing pretty well comparatively.
It's doing very well for how it looks, I think.
I was going to say that cover and the name, it feels like if I saw that, I'd be like, okay, that's a good prototype.
Right. I think
now show me what the game looks like.
But I think even looking at the board, it kind of has that look still with it. It's very dark. It's very kind of bland, but then your player board is really busy and tracking just about everything you could possibly track. It has a lot of, tracks on it, right?
It looks like a prototype in many ways.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of people are saying, and there's comments and stuff from people saying how much they enjoy it. So
okay. It was kind of giving me vibes of that 3000, Spaceship 3000, Starship, Star 3000. Spark Riders 3000.
Yeah, but Spark Riders looked silly and fun. This looks more serious.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm talking about the gameplay. It was kind of giving me that vibe where you have a goal to get somewhere, and along the way, you're going to encounter other alien races who you have to make decisions. Are you going to help? Are you not going to help? Not get too sidetracked, but also do enough little mini quests in order to have what you need to get there. So
I hope it's good. It's a family of gamers putting this together. There's just a lot there. Even if the game is easy, there is a lot. You can see all the text on the cards and the tiles, and even that rule book that they're showing a few pages from. I'm like, woof, that's a lot. I hope it's easier than it says. We'll see. But also, they named it after Homestead, so yay. Tine Troopers.
This is one that very slowly grew on me. The more I looked at it, I got to those few pictures, and I definitely dismissed it. I was like, ugh, here we go, another bad-looking AI artwork, CCG wannabe. But then I'm like, oh, it's not AI. They actually drew this. Oh, the logo looks good. Go back up to the logo, just the logo of the game. Even just going that far, I'm like, that's a good logo. That's well done. It's they took time to put that together.
These are pretty straightforward cards, though. They have 4 stats with bars on them and then 1 ability. That's not too bad.
Right, and then I looked at the gameplay a little bit. It's this solo sort of, campaign thing in which you are recruiting your characters, deploying them to do things. Looks pretty good. I definitely kept growing on me, and I like the look of the characters. I like that card frame quite a bit. They have different places in history that you are jumping around in and visiting. And the whole thing has an evocative look. I don't love the cover. I think that cover really should be something else. Just that weird sort of, jump gate looking thing with the words Time Troopers in the middle. They should change that up. But the whole thing, gameplay wise, looks interesting.
It comes with music. That's interesting. 45 minutes each, 26 musical scores, lasting 45 minutes each.
That's quite a bit of
that
music.
Is a huge amount of music. That must be more mood music in the background.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, I assume so. And then it's a different one for each time you play, something like that. But it's just on, Spotify and YouTube Music or whatever, so you can just go get it then. You don't have to have the game or anything, right?
If it's on Spotify, there's no way for them to stop people from getting it. YouTube, I think you can make it private at least. Who knows? But
okay.
Either way, I'm gonna try this out. I think I've been playing more solo games these days, and this looks like a fun one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Kryptothera. These are monsters that can take out Superman. Hunt cryptids in a stunning Art Deco world. This one is doing very well, although there's a lot of money per backer.
Yeah, because it's incredibly expensive. I looked at the tiers, and the game by itself is quite a bit. And you blink, and they jump up a couple times in pledge levels, and suddenly one of them's $500.
Wow.
$500 for the game and a few expansions.
You're still waiting for the perfect crypto game, right?
Yes, I am. Absolutely. This is it. I don't know. Again, this one just seemed so dark. I really don't like dark cards with light text, and just everything was just dark. So
I agree. It's.
And again, for a
first... that right there, look at that.
Right. That's your game.
How much white
I'm
is that? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Why are the cards black? The pictures would have. I think those pictures on a white card would have still come off as spooky and. Ooh.
I think they would have come off more better, really. You know, I mean, kind of like inky and misty. You know, instead of.
Also, what is this? Fits perfectly in a Calic shelf. Is it a cube?
No, it does seem that way, doesn't it?
That's kind of dumb to show it that way, then.
I agree. You need to show it on its side. Otherwise, we expect to fill the entire volume of a cube.
They might not know how thick it's going to be yet. And so
That's
they're
fair.
like, we don't know. Somewhere in here.
We're safe. The exterior. I know that a bunch of reviewers nowadays are sticking their games in that way, but I don't know that many people normally just...
No, to store it, to display it, sure. To just keep your stuff, I don't think so.
I did. That's how I used to keep mine. And I'd switch it out.
Was it in front of other games? Mm-hmm. That bugged me. I wouldn't know what was behind it.
Or a lot of times it's like, if it was like Mansions of Madness and all the expansions were behind it, something like that. And I only did it like with the really pretty covers, the really big ones. But no, I just thought it looked more... It definitely has a less cluttered look.
Sure.
You know, if you're using it as a decoration in your home. So...
I hope this is good and stuff, but again, it's hard to even see.
Yeah.
And they're much more interested in showing off the 600 million cards than telling us actually how the game plays.
Yeah, the gameplay, from what I saw, a little bit of the characters moving on the board, showing up, knocking each other's little standees down. I don't know. That's what's got me worried. I like the look of their artwork is great.
Yes.
I don't love their graphic design, but their artwork is very good. I love the theme. I love the idea of these, like, cryptids in this futuristic world. Apparently cryptids are the thing that power the world, and so instead of like fossil fuels or electricity or whatever, so it's like, okay, sure, so people go and hunt cryptids for energy. Sure.
Wasn't this the theme of Monsters Inc?
Yeah, kind of. It's a reverse on Monsters Inc, right?
Yeah.
And so that's fun. That's a weird concept. Sure, run with that. But the gameplay on the board, yeah, it looked a little, I don't know.
They also, I want to shout out kind of the way they presented the game. Specific skill to be able to present something thematically, but also be able to get across the mechanisms that are going to come into play. If you try and do both of those, a lot of times it gets messy. And I like the way on the how to play that it has in here, it would like give a little thematic thing, and then it broke it down. You can move your characters this much, you can, and really outlined it actually in gameplay. So like right there, what you're looking at. And so I really appreciated that, and that makes me feel, especially being a first-time creator, a little more comfortable in what the rule book is going to be. Because nothing's worse than a first-time creator trying to give something thematically without actually explaining what to do.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Next we go to Light Shrine Duel of Light. This is a project Kickstarter loves, like anyone cares. Bright Horizon Games. This is their first one created here. Discover the mystery of this with a stunning LED board.
I did see some like big names were involved in this, like co-designers of a bunch of Go back down a little bit. Keep going right there. From that person who's a co-creator of Anachrony, Tricarion. I mean, like, aren't these games all from that one company that makes all the
they're all
heavy games?
from Mind Clash Games.
Yeah.
I don't know about Reign of Hades, but the other four are.
Yeah, that's interesting because it looks like a very clean, very simple, abstract strategy game where you're stacking translucent discs, and if you mix blue and yellow, you get green. Ooh, and that means something.
I know that you say that, ooh, but...
No, that's cool. I'm just saying, but that's like game... I love that. I love the idea of like backlit something and you can then combine stuff.
That actually excites me more than it should.
I just think it's funny, co-created by the guy who did like Anachrony. Like, wow.
Right.
Okay.
I want to know what he brought to that co-creation. Like what part of that was, or is this his array into something like a lot lighter and a lot simpler? I don't know. That was interesting.
No built-in battery. It's powered through a USB cable. I'm not a fan of that. Because if your board has to be powered, unless the board has a battery built in. No, it says no built-in battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to have to run a cord to my table.
Or to your like battery pack. Or I mean, I have a little pack that I carry, like a little phone charger. If I was at a con or something, but I have to remember to get that out of my house or plug it into a wall.
Right. Well, yeah, battery pack.
Yeah.
But it's not like people are. Most people don't have... Bringing one of those out is a pain, too. But you're like, let's play this game.
Yeah.
I get the cord, run it across the counter. I don't love that. I'd rather have two
Yeah.
AA batteries.
Or
Yeah.
even at least those flat ones, that are in like your car keys. What are those? The
Yeah.
CR 42, 46, or whatever they are.
I don't know. I look it up when I run out.
26 something.
I bought 30 of them, so I'm good for a
right,
while.
but like a little flat one.
32.
Is it 2032?
Is it really?
How do you
Yeah.
know that, Joey?
I had to replace mine.
When?
Thank you.
Last week? All right, cool. Yeah, 2032 apparently. Yeah, one like that should be
embarrassing.
lightweight too. It'd be lighter than AAA's.
But
Unless
I'm
it's an
interested in the game
elementary letter.
itself.
A, 2 A's.
I can't help that the first guys who made batteries were like A, B, C, D. This will all we'll ever need. And the guy's like, well, what if it's smaller?
CR.
All right, Beach Day, the quick to set up strategy game. That's a weird way to write that. The quick to set up.
The
I think yeah, it's just a weird phrase.
Right. But then
Set up
below
shouldn't
it
be
says
one word either
a-
if you're using it as a verb.
Correct. To set up.
yeah.
Anyway, it's another one of these games like Hanging Gardens and such where you're laying stuff down on top of each other. Less rules means more player agency. Not always. That's not how that works.
Yeah, or less clarity.
Chess has very few rules. It doesn't have more player agency,
Yeah, I wonder what they make. I don't know what they mean by that. Yeah, that's a little bit of a meaningless statement. I'm trying to remember what this one was. I looked at it and I don't
They
recall.
are called Cake Pie games, so I'm a little bit in after that because that's combining two amazing things.
but not in this game.
I don't remember
How about
this
cake
one
pie
at all.
at the beach? Does that make you more or less
Cake
excited?
by the ocean.
Okay.
I don't think I want to eat cake somewhere like very warm and sunny.
What if it was in a cooler? Nice and
What if it's an ice cream cake?
yes.
Then yes.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, anyway, there's a lot showing this off, but again, I need to know more than, there's these tile laying games, even when you can play them on top of each other, kind of a dime a dozen.
Sure.
So,
I will say this. I love that one of the things on it is half a parasol.
I really like that. Yeah.
it is only $20, so that's good. And also, it does, I am a little surprised here. It says estimated delivery April 2026, and I'm like, this is one of those games that almost barely should be kickstarted.
Right.
Because I get it. It's if these are people who've never made a game before, then go for it, right? But
I think it's probably more they don't know how many to print. It's probably all ready. It looks like it's just cards, right? So
that's what I thought, but that's why
file.
it said April 26th. I'm like, ooh, that's still a bit away.
Oh, I thought you were saying the
9
other way, like
months,
it's coming
yeah.
too soon. Okay, yeah. Or maybe they are padding the timeline with current shipping and everything else. Maybe they're like, hey, it's better to deliver early.
I'm okay with that.
All in favor of that.
What's the mortal enemy of cats? Apparently,
Cucumbers.
This is from, was this Ammon Anderson? I think, yes. This is Ammon Anderson, designer of Gnome Hollow.
Oh.
And the recent, what one just came out from him that I played on here? Apparently an inspirational LDS temple calendar and Taco the game. Taunt, attack, conquer, obsess.
Is that the one? The taco?
No. He just had a game published by, hang on, let's jump back here. Oh, did I?
Oh, you did the wrong. That's
How many
so-
times are we going to do that?
Every time I do it. Every time I look at the creator.
Anyway, Ammon Anderson just had another game published for the life of me. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, Cats vs. Cucumbers.
Seems like a cute little push your luck kind of dice game. Very simple, kind of cutesy. They're not leaning in too much to that sort of like over the top. Oh my goodness, cute cats. Oh, don't worry about the dice gameplay. They do explain the game.
Yeah.
I know how to play the game now from having watched the video, which is good. And I can make then an informed decision as to whether I want to play it.
Right. Yeah, it definitely has the cat puns and has that cute cat vibe
Twinkle,
to
twinkle.
it. But they're not like pushing it really hard, yeah.
Thank you. I don't know why that went through my head. Twinkle, twinkle is this game too. Ammon Anderson. This one.
Got it.
I should have looked. If it had been a snake, it would have bit me. I had to say that because I'm getting older now. All right. It looks okay. It does make me wonder, though, because Ammon Anderson is now a name. He got his game sold. He sold to All Play. He sold to the Op. Why did no one buy this one?
Yeah. Is there a reason
Yeah,
he wants to do it
interesting.
himself?
Or
I
maybe
don't
he
know.
just wants to do a few himself as a
Yeah, or maybe he
project.
has some now. He's like, hey, let me take a stab at it, again.
All right, Tabletop Inc. Crowdfunding Revolution. So Tabletop Inc. is a game about making games.
Have you played it?
I have.
Okay.
I gave it a 6. There's a lot of fun, interesting ideas, but they just did not develop it at all. It is just so much. Go here to get this. 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 Then go over here to do this, 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 and this. Or have you can make like a board game. I think the fast way to make a board game is like with 5 workers, and then you might get 4 to 7 points, but there might be a space that gives you 3 points, and you're like, well. It just felt like cool ideas, but they were like, hey, let's add more. So what do I know? I also think it doesn't look great. They really push this whole, hey, it comes with a little calyx inside and little board games you can put in. And that's cute, but that is not functional for the game. It doesn't matter at all. You put a game in there just to show that you've scored that game. It doesn't matter where it is on the shelf or anything.
It doesn't matter. Like once
actually,
there's
it does
9
matter.
of them.
I think it's on first, second, or third, but you still score when you put it in.
But once there's 9 of them, that's not like an end game trigger or
No,
anything like
it just
that.
it might be. I don't know if it's an end game trigger, but
I do think the whole point of this game is that little, well, not wink to the hobby, but shout out to the hobby, right? And so I think that's probably why it's more included, and it is very charming to me. I do like that idea and think over the top, but I do find it charming. I think looking through it, I was concerned about what you were saying was, you can do all this. You have so many options. Well, if I'm going to go through that much work, then I'll just make a board game. It seemed like too close to that reality with all the micro decisions. Like, I don't want the game to be work.
And they upgraded all the components, which is great. Like, dice are dice. Mm-hmm. There's a pile of dice. That's a resource. And things like that. The meeples, though, it's hard to show on the. See if I can find a close-up of the board. But whenever you put a meeple down, each space, you put that meeple down, and it gives you stuff. But see these acrylic standees? Mm-hmm. Those are also meeples. These are people you hire who have a special ability. So it's a meeple with a special ability, but they look weird putting them on the meeple spot. See these easels? That's literally there just for you to stand up and put your name on so everyone knows who you are. That's a waste.
Okay, I see.
And
a lot of
there's
this
just
game
a lot
is
of that
winking.
in there.
Okay.
Maybe too much of the percentage of the game is winking and not, and it pulls away from just being a game.
Well, like you were saying, if it feels like it wasn't streamlined at all, it had no idea cut, and now is going to have an expansion on top of it.
It's called crowdsurfing, so people are getting what they get.
Yeah.
And it's funding, so people like it, and look at all these quotes they have. They didn't ask me for one. I'm shocked. I like the concept of making games. I think it's not the best concept because it's never going to break out of board gaming. I'm not going to be like, hey, Susan, who I work with, you want to play a game about making board games? And they'll be like, not really. And then like, ooh, look at this. Your components are plastic miniatures. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's very niche in that regard. So I think that's what they're hoping for here. Hey, look at this. You're a board gamer, I'm a board gamer, let's play it. I just think they could have cut a lot. There are so many spaces on that board, and it's hard to see where, so here's the board. It's hard to see where those spaces are. Each space gives you stuff, but you also pay to go to a lot of the spaces. So like the first space is free. There's nothing to pay underneath it. After that, you pay the resources, but every space you go to gives you a resource.
Good Lord.
But that's beyond what the space already does.
Wow.
Okay, I see. Wow.
Yeah.
And then to make a game, you have to go get a certain amount of things and then buy a mechanic, and then you buy a component, and then you buy a game box. And then you put the mechanic and the component in the game box. Then you go sell the game box. And that's a lot of work. And you're just like, it's almost like, what do? I guess I'll go get some dice over here. So, and the graphic design doesn't help. When you look at this board, can you figure out what any of these spaces do?
No, absolutely not.
No, I don't love that.
And the
look.
background is so busy. I mean, it needs to disappear a whole lot.
It's also, again, I thought we were making a game about making games. Let's just do that. But you're having meeples make the game, which is a weird meta weirdness to it.
Which is also confusing with the meeples, which are the spaces. Yeah, there's
I did like the names of the games. I enjoyed that, the flu.
That was fun, yeah.
So that sort of thing was amusing to me.
That was fun. I like that.
And we would laugh. I'd be like, I'm putting plastic miniatures in the flu, and, it has bag building.
Yeah.
But the easels, good grief. This is a waste of your money / time. But the game itself, it's up to you. Apparently all the other reviewers like it, so there you go. STACCS, a mind-bending 3D matching and stacking card game. Except it's not really 3D.
I kept waiting to see if it's like app supported, so as you're putting it out, if it pulls it up and makes it 3D, it's not actually 3D, but I will agree it is mind-bending, because looking at these cards going out and trying to puzzle through this board was very
I don't like that, actually.
I don't know, like I struggled like wrapping my head around what I was seeing.
How does that make the game better?
I don't know if it necessarily makes it better. I think it's just interesting, unique, cute is what I don't think they're going for. Ooh, here's a better way to do it. I think they're just going for unique.
Well, sure, but I'm saying, why would I want to buy it? I don't want to buy a game where I have to go, how does this card? I mean, that actively hurts me in the game.
It does look like a little bit of a headache to figure out how to play. It looks like a fun gimmick. I want to mess with these cards for about 5 minutes, building a little thing in front of me, and then if anybody said, that's neat, right? I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. It kind of looks isometric. And they're like, you want to play a game with that? I'm like, no. Thanks. Here you go.
I think for me, it's more like it just looks like a card shedding game, and that's not really one that I care for. I am intrigued by this. If I walked by and saw it on the table, I would probably be interested enough to play, because I think it's like so very different looking. But I just don't care for card shedding.
Yeah, maybe I'll like it. I don't know. I mean, again, it might be interesting playing the table. I worry that whole 3D gimmick is going to actually be unfun to put the stuff out.
It's also basically Uno, to the point that like when you're down to a single card, you're supposed to say, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no rules. It's like,
but I mean, it does have the 3 different sides, to put it on. So I think the gameplay looks very simplistic, like Uno, very simplistic. And so it just comes down to that visual look. But it was mind-bendy for sure.
All right, Star Realms Conquest. Here we have a new standalone expansion for Star Realms.
I thought this one was...
Wait, is this just digital?
It is. It was interesting to me why this is being crowdfunded, because it fulfills immediately after, and it's a digital download for the app you already have. Why isn't it? Is it just to bring awareness to it? Because that way maybe you'll also get the app.
I like how he's answering all your questions.
I know, yeah. Let me be clear. I'm not talking to Joey.
Okay, but this definitely kills the whole, we're doing this to raise support. Boulder Dash, it's already done.
It is, right, yeah. They're just actually releasing it on that day. So they do say in here that a physical version will come once shipping and tariffs and all that kind of level out, and there's a better future and expectation. It's just this is the precursors. Hey, you can get it digitally now, and you'll get a coupon or a discount when we do the physical version as well. But again, it has to be just for awareness, because again, it's digital. Just go get it. It is clearly ready. They're just gonna hit go.
Do I need to back this to get it digital, or can I just wait till this is over and still buy it digital?
Right, at the end. I mean, they're not gonna not sell it to you, right? Be like, sorry, you missed it. You can no longer download this. It's DLC. Come on, you're gonna be able to get it.
Is there a discount for doing it this way?
There has to be, right?
I don't know that I solved that.
Otherwise,
I wonder if
there's got to be.
Is it not going to be available for?
It does say cross off 17, but I could also wait till Friday or whatever day they drop the app prices, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's going to happen too, isn't
Yeah.
it? What do they call those days when there's digital deals?
They have a name for that?
Sometimes they do. It's
like Taco Tuesday, but for game apps?
Digital.
I'm a fan of Taco Tuesday.
Thursday, Fridays. Digital Sunday.
Discount Sundays.
All right, let's move on. Sci-Fi Solutions. We're just briefly looking at this garbage. Sci-Fi Solutions to Modern Problems. We've already talked about this in the past. There was Fantasy Solutions to Modern
Which
Problems.
is part of this.
Oh, okay. Huh.
But this is a whole Cards Against Humanity type thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's apples to apples. It's Cards Against Humanity. It's any of those same games.
I would prefer to play this, if only because the art adds a little bit of flair to it.
Yeah.
Like we have in the library, we have Apples Marvel, which is part Marvel, but not. It might be New York City or whatever. But there's pictures on the cards, and that just makes the game a little better.
Does that get checked out?
Probably not. But I mean,
I was just curious.
I mean, it's like this
I didn't know. I just didn't know we had it, so that was just a shock.
Me and the kids play it sometimes. If I'm gonna play Apples, that's the one I play. All right, Hardwar. I almost said hardware.
Hardwar
Miniatures game.
I love this. This is my favorite thing I read this week. Over 97 miniatures.
How'd you feel?
Do you mean, like, clearly it's not
98?
100, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Because they would just say over 100.
So
do you have 98 or 99 miniatures?
Well, if it was 99.
It's like such a conundrum. I'm like, it's eating at me. I read that and I'm like, over 97 miniatures? Who says that? Why not just say 98 miniatures or 99?
If it was 99, it would be almost 100. So it's got to be 98.
Nearly 100 miniatures.
It doesn't work for 90 and 98.
Logic here.
Yeah.
We solved
That's what they're
it.
trying
Wild. I love that.
Did you count the
And then I
miniatures?
looked at the rest. No, I didn't. And it was some STLs for some miniatures game.
It's a miniatures game, yeah.
I was
So
like, oh,
They
cool,
say there's
cool.
over 97 miniatures a lot.
I
Again,
love, they're really
yeah.
proud of all 98. I
You'd
mean,
think they would just add 3 minis, and then you can say over 100. That sounds so
Maybe-
much better.
maybe it is just 97 and it comes with like an extra base or something. So it's not a full miniature.
Or just make 100. You don't even say over 100. Just be 100 miniatures. I'm not going to sit there and go, that's it? Alrighty. That looks cool if you like this sort of thing. So there you go. Deep Rock Galactic. This one is making bang!
This is your jam, right? You like this
1.3.
one?
I do not like Deep Rock Galactic. Joey likes
what?
it. Chris likes it. Chris loves it.
I thought you liked it too. I thought you were
I was very
bandwagon
eager
here.
to play it. Dislike is a strong word. I thought it was fine. I know this is bad because everyone else loves it. It just felt like a typical good guy move, bad guy move, good guy move, bad guy move. Yes, you can tunnel through rock. That's kind of cool, but it wasn't that cool. I know Joey's not happy with me now, but
I haven't played it.
they like this game, and I'll tell you what, it does look great. The miniatures look amazing, and they've been really supporting this game. I think this is.
Did it need a expansion though?
Well, it
and all
already has like
this?
7, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Did it need more? Like,
This is
why?
the
What's the
third
point?
one.
I think I just have fatigue of expansions that aren't doing anything for the game. Did it need more?
I
Did it need
it's
more
like-
of the same?
I
Did
think
it
it's like
need?
a CMON plug and play. So like, oh, here's some new monsters. We'll plug them in this way. I don't mind that if
Okay.
you do that. That's the plug and play is fun.
I guess it's fun. I'm just maybe fatigued over 17 boxes per game and, 4 hours worth of it. I'm obviously exaggerating. With 45 minutes of figuring out who you want to plug it and play it, it's just like, that's so exhausting.
It is a bit to store, right? We have the Deep Rock Galactic in the library, the base game, and it's with miniatures. And I think is there a standees version? I don't remember. There might be a thinner one.
Was there a second edition of this that just showed up and made it in the library?
Yeah,
There's already a second
Did
edition.
you get the first
it's
one?
not that
Did you
old.
keep the first one?
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I don't know.
No, you got the first. It wasn't that version though. The one in the. Did Chris keep that?
Anyway, maybe there's a bunch of these
Steal it.
modular expansions, and they take up a lot of space. You're right. This will take up a bunch of space. You're not going to be able to squish it that easily. But hey, it's a lot of cool things. Mike Howard says the expansions take up 5 Calyx cubes. Well, he would know.
Yeah. Whew.
I will say this looks cool. The new terrain looks amazing. I love those
That is cool
crystals.
looking.
That looks cool. Again, I really don't want to harsh it. If people like this is a lot of cool content. New, cool bad guys. I actually been thinking about trying to play the game. I never played the video game.
Oh, okay.
Deep Rock Galactic, I heard, is a lot of fun. So
I think it's on Game Pass, but you don't have an Xbox.
I have a Steam Deck.
That's true. It might be on
Might be
the
there.
Game Pass PC. Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, Chris says there is a standee version. So there you go. All right, Mafia Blitz, a 10-minute social deduction game. The twist: you pick the role you want to play. That actually is a twist.
That was interesting. I mean, because you picked 2, you chose one, you put it down, and then.
Oh, wait, that's
and
the.
that's what it is.
That's
And
not
so,
picking.
but it does mean that the next person knows the one you didn't choose.
Okay, but
So
there
that
is
was,
a
like,
game that's
interesting.
slightly like that. Assassin, I think it was called, from Plaid Hat. Assassinate, I think was the game.
Okay. Yeah, other than that, it seemed like, every other social deduction game.
It has a one-night werewolf vibe, where it's like one time kind of shouting at everybody. You know what I mean? That's what it
Yeah.
feels like. It feels like the draft from Citadels or something. And then we shout at each other for a few minutes, and then somebody shoots, or two shots, I think, and then you see who won.
That actually is very similar to that assassination game from Plaid Hat.
Is it? Okay.
Because it was the game where one person was a sniper and they had to like take out. There's one person's the president. Everyone knew who the president was, and then one person's a sniper, and their job was to take out someone who was going to kill the president. And everyone could look at one card their neighbor had.
Interesting.
And you weren't quite sure what they had exactly, and you'd sit there and argue. And finally, the sniper would be like, "I shoot Z," and you'd be like, "I'm a good guy. We just lost."
Happens, yeah. It looked okay. It looked okay.
Medieval puzzle tales, open world quest with magical beasts.
It took a while for me to
kingdom.
figure out what this even was. I watched the video and I'm like, what is this? I think it's like a RPG whodunit kind of thing.
That's what I was picking up, kind of story-based RPG.
It looked a little
choose your own
different.
Adventure kind of thing.
I thought this is something that might interest board gamers who might not want to play an RPG, but this is a little bit more less over. You don't need one person handling everything.
Yeah, more of an experience for all. Less work you have to do before you go into it, right? Kind of open up and start playing.
This has no two scarlet envelopes are alike. Every game offers a fresh set of evidence. Is that in the same box?
I think it's each time you play, like it's replayable.
add-ons.
Okay,
It's
that
under
makes more
add-ons.
sense, right? They're not, it's
okay.
not from one game to the. I mean, from like your game's different than mine.
Right.
I don't know. I might try this. This is one of those ones I'd have to see. This again looks almost like more of an escape room than anything else. But that's cool. I like how it looks a lot. Mm-hmm. All right. Next we have Paper Apps Labryinth. This one's doing really well. 34,000, 1,000 backers.
I think something about this is intriguing. Just this little notebook that you, like we were just talking about, you open it up and you just start playing. You know, you can play anywhere. You can open it up, start playing. You just need very little components. Just the accessibility and the portability of this, I think, is what's
I do like the
jumping on.
The list here. Jaw-dropping 3D graphics.
Jaw-dropping.
Wow.
It'll be like that stack game.
As soon as I see this, though, that gives me such strong nostalgic vibes for playing the old I Turn Left. You've encountered a boogeyman. And you're like, oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah, it has that going for it, too, as well, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
it's cute.
It's interesting, right? I'm tempted to actually back this on a personal level.
I think this would be fun to play around with, yeah. You should back 2 copies.
I'm not going to get the pencil dice, though.
You got to do it. How are you going to roll otherwise?
That, again, back to that portability, though. That's really cool. I mean, if you're thinking
I'll forget the pencil.
It doesn't have well, does it fit in the little spiral part? That's really the kicker there.
I always get them stuck in, those are pens. The lid and everything always gets stuck, or I push it in so far I can't get it from either end. And then I'm ready to
What is happening?
These are things I dealt with in college, see?
That's what you get for going to college.
Yeah, okay. The Restless, a hand-drawn, as opposed to, cooperative tabletop horror game.
I either missed this one or forgot it instantly.
Was a trip and a half.
I went
down a whole rabbit hole with this.
That looks like an record album cover, right? That's what it's supposed to look like.
So basically, this is an adventure set in some kind of post-apocalyptic world, okay? This guy is the artist. He also made the game. You get goodies, you have loot. You go out there as some no-name person who has no powers or abilities pretty much, and you try to survive a few encounters and get to a big bad. That's what the idea is. He also made something called the Tarot Restless, which was a tarot deck that he illustrated and sold before this. You can combine that with this if you want to, but you don't have to, and you can just, get this. This guy's also... he's an artist, he's a designer here, and he's also a stand-up comedian.
Oh, my gosh.
So I went ahead and looked him up, and this is going to be a twist. He's pretty good. It was funny. The stuff I saw, I was like...
he's hard to please.
Oh.
I was like, that's good stand-up. This guy is like everything he describes like things he is, and I'm like, okay, this dude is kind of like all over the map, but... The artwork is a little funky. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Some of it up close looked good. I am worried that this is the kind of artwork that far away.
What?
He's got like weird, like here, he sells a pin of his photo from sophomore year.
What?
That's a pin. He also then, if you back for a certain amount, he says, I'll include all these things and also 3 random things I find in my apartment. I'll include that.
But he sells you a
Oh my
bag
gosh,
that
it's a
says,
yard
I am
sale.
shoplifting?
Yeah, and then on the other side, it says, I love purchasing products.
I kind of want to buy that bag.
This dude is just like, he makes everything. He has like...
Wait, cremated remains?
It's a water jug, I think.
Tea thermos.
Oh, it's like the toilet water.
Yeah, he's just like, this dude is all over the place. This
That's
guy
hilarious.
doesn't
This
sleep.
art looks a lot like that garbage game Joey likes. What's that game called? The black and white fantasy? Yeah, Dark Castle. It looks like that, except there's red splattered on his stuff. Who am I? He's definitely leans into this
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot.
Good for him, though. I mean,
Bother me on Discord. Follow me on Twitter. The picture of him in his
I was amused by this whole
That's
thing. It
fantastic.
was real bizarre. I enjoyed it.
I
The
mean-
game looks decent. This looks like the kind of incredibly indie thing that I want to check out because it's one dude who drew everything, who designed the whole thing. Kind of sounds spooky, kind of sounds like he went down a crazy rabbit hole, and I want to see what that looks like on the table.
It's interesting.
All right.
I like Mike. He's a human. Spencer's gifts.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Hey, it's our single backer kit.
Hey.
Witch Hunt 1649, Making History, a game double feature. That look nothing alike, frankly.
No, they were very much not the same.
But look at their other games that they have made, and you're like, I like this. The publisher of, and I was like, huh?
Yeah.
500-year-old vampire. What game is this? I want to know what game that
I
is.
was more intrigued by those 4 that they'd already done than these 2 in the actual project.
Yeah, this 1649 game looks rough. That where they show the card.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
We'll talk again about prototype or printed at home, right? It's a little too passion project for my tastes.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like a very different style for the Making History,
Yeah.
but there's just not a lot. I don't know.
There didn't seem to be a lot to either. This is one of those need to sit down. There wasn't enough in it to draw me into the project to get me to back.
Yeah. It says, I think they're trying to push the historical nature of these cards, but I
Yeah.
think you can still make the game look good there.
Yeah, I agree.
Clank, Catacombs, Underworld. Another game that's doing very well. This one is surprising to me because I am surprised that this is on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because Clank, Catacombs, nor its expansion were on Kickstarter. The only thing that these
Oh, I
guys
see.
have ever kickstarted, there's only 2 created,
Oh.
was Clank Legacy 2.
Okay. That's weird. Do
It
they
is
go back
weird.
and forth based on the project? They're like, we don't know how many we should make, so we'll kickstart it.
Well, this is only the second one they've done.
Well, this is also...
Yeah, I know. I just wonder why Clank Legacy 2 and why this?
It could be because they're kind of... Well, they just did another expansion for this, the Layers and... What was it? Layers and something. Layers and
Legends, right? Or something like that.
something like that. Yeah, the Layers one. And so they wanting to... Now, this is the second expansion for a game in a very short time frame, wanting to kind of compare the 2 platforms, I guess. I don't know.
I will say I was very
Liars and
excited
Layers?
about that first one. It felt like it took them... It was 2 years between the game and the first expansion.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want... Because Clank Catacombs, because it's an exploration game, I was like, more content, more content.
Yeah.
This... It looks cool. I'm a little worried about this because they have in these hexes and half hexes, and it's also not a very long page here. They show the stuff and then they're like, and done.
And that's it. Yeah, I actually am... Layers and Lost Chambers. Thank you, Robin. I actually am excited about this one because I like this idea of, and there's a ladder that I can go down. Do I go down it? Do I not? And then you go down. It's this whole separate world that you go to with
I love that,
really
too.
high reward, really high danger. Like, I like that element of, it's not push your luck, right? But it's there's a lot of tension to it. So I think this one interests me a whole lot more than the Layers and Lost
Well, Clank
Chambers.
Catacombs is
There
one of
it
my favorite games. My only concern about this, and I also like the whole idea, there's a second level, because the game now has leaned away from that get in, get out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a thing of the past. That's in Clank. That's not in this one. Here you get in, grab a whole bunch of loot, then get out. That second layer is cool. I just hope it doesn't add too much complexity, and I'm a little worried about table space.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because Clank already, you're building this dungeon out. Now we need another second floor. Maybe it's a non-issue. We'll see.
I didn't look to see how compatible it is with layers. Did either of you see that when you were looking through?
It shouldn't be an issue because layers was just basically more tiles. Just some of the tiles did special things. That's all.
Okay, whereas this is going to be more tiles. It has to have the ladder to go down. So is it replacing or is it even more tiles? So I just wonder. I didn't look.
Well, they quoted me. I love Clank, but this is better.
Good.
A quote of the gods there. Good grief. Ask me for a quote. Wait, I see. Anyway. Alrighty. And finally, Roulette Dice 3.0, the final roulette upgrade. They'll never do it again. But they made 122,000. Maybe there will be a 4.
Roulette Dice 4.
I'm interested to hear what you think about this because you don't like and I'm there with you, the imprecision of these a lot of times. But the fact that you start it, stop it, and it's a very clear window.
Yeah, I saw their clip. They had a clip showing this compared to their previous one, and it's night and day. The previous one had a little open window, like a 60-degree little open window with the lines in between the numbers, and when you were done, when you would do the thingy, it would sometimes like stop on the line, get really close to the line. This does away with that. It's like night and day. I would be all over this thing. There it is. There's the old one. See, and you can like spin it into the middle of that, but it's like, come on, no, don't make me have to guess. This shows me in a little hole a singular number. If it always lands on a singular number, we're done. You fixed it. You can go home. You can retire now. This is great.
And I feel like it should be because inside it's got to be the different rings where it's like not paced right, but like spaced right. I feel like it should.
I don't know how this works, actually.
So I want 2 of these, one to use and one to take apart and figure it out.
Okay, well, I would like one also.
So we need 4
They
of
are
these.
expensive, though.
How much?
Well, it's $98 for 2.
Okay, so
$98
$200.
So it's $59 for 1. So
No,
you're better
why?
off.
No,
So you need 2.
Sets of 2.
There's only 15 of these left.
Oh, you better get on that.
I need over 16 of
Hit
these.
Hit that green button.
Yeah, no, I like it. This is cool.
Alrighty, well, we'll tell you our picks of the week in a bit, but first, let's hear from Mark.
Lita?
Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower Preview Recap. I'm Mark, and of course, as always, I'm here with Alita. And we just have a couple games to look at, so let's get to it. And first up, we have goats and goblins. So apparently your goats have gone missing. They're in a cave, and your goblins are sent to go find them. But while doing so, you find suddenly all kinds of shiny trinkets, gold, all kinds of things that a goblin would want to get. So the goats become kind of an afterthought. This is a big push your luck game, trying to get the right cards and get all the gold before your fellow goblins do. And along the way, while you're pushing into the cave, there could be cave-ins, and that's where the push your luck comes into play. And next up, we have Echoes of Sundering. Now this is a big open world where you'll be creating characters, a deck builder, where you're getting new items and new abilities for your characters. But along the way, you're going through like a 30-hour adventure, and it has some pretty unique things going on. I'm not going to spoil any of the story, but it has this really cool map book that you'll be moving through, so setup time is very quick and easy. And of course, in a game like this, as you'd expect, a ton of narrative. And lastly, we have Ghostland. Now, think Jurassic Park, but for ghosts. Yes, it's an amusement park where you can go see actual ghosts. However, things have gone wrong, as you'd expect, and the ghosts are out attacking the park goers, and you will have to go stop them, build field generators to contain them, and eventually fight the big baddie. But this is a big dice chucker cooperative play, and you know how much I love to throw dice. And so, for my pick of the week, this was actually really tough because Ghostland and Echoes of Sundering are, again, both games that I thoroughly enjoy. But the fun factor in Ghostland, I'm gonna give it up for that because it's just quick and easy to play, as well as getting new players engaged right away. So it makes for a really interesting cooperative experience, especially for folks who are first exploring that type of game. All right, folks, if any of these games look like they might be of interest to you, please check out our full previews. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. All right, folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Alrighty, well, we don't have any weird projects today, folks, because we had to squish 2 weeks worth of projects in. But if you do want to send me weird projects for the next one, send them to me at tom@dicetower.com. Let's go to Picks of the Week, starting with Mike.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mike DeLisio, and for my pick of the week, I'm going with Grendel from publisher Off the Page Games. This is the newest game from the publisher, whose MO is that they will release board games based on comic book or graphic novel IPs. They've done it in the past with Mind Management, Harrow County, Manifest Destiny, which turned into Core of Discovery, and this is their newest one. I have not checked out this comic yet, but I'm definitely going to because I've been turned on to great comics through their other games. This publisher has earned some trust with me because I've liked every game that they've put out so far. I love the look of this game. I like the little kind of gimmick of the little towers that are eventually going to pop and trigger some action on the board. I love the kind of the stylized noir look to it. So I'm very, very excited about Grendel, and that's why it's my pick of the week. Let's see what everyone else has to say.
Hey everybody, this is Joey Evans, and this was a tough week. There were several projects that were great. One that almost made my pick was the Deep Rock Galactic expansions. Man, I love that game, and more stuff for that would be great. But it was barely edged out by Clank, Catacombs, Underworld. Again, I love Clank, Catacombs, and Underworld seems to just give me more of what I love. More cards, more tiles, a new assistant, and also new ways to ramp up your speed with those towers. And of course, you're fighting to drag it in the lair. I mean, come on, it's pretty cool. So anyway, that one I'm really excited to get. Let's send it back to the team and see what they thought.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, I love Clank, but I got to go with Mike here. Grendel is my pick of the week. It's really easy. I'm very excited about this one. I love the asymmetrical nature of it. So this is my pick of the week. So far, he hasn't steered me wrong with his games.
His name is Tom. There you go.
So anyway, that's my pick of the week.
I'm with Joey on the Clank. I'm excited about this expansion. Like I was saying, this one thematically and everything else just definitely intrigues me more than the Layers and Lost Chambers. I like the idea of really high rewards and going to this own separate like floor and level. So yeah, super excited about this one.
Pick the comedian guy.
It's very close, actually. I really did think about it. That game looks bizarre. It's between that and the one I'm actually giving the slightest of nods to is that Time Trooper thing. I like the artwork in this one a little bit better. That's it. But both games seem to be very much card-driven, very much cards with powers kind of stuff, and I like that. And they both look like they have a lot of content curated into that box. So yeah, this is intriguing. I don't know if it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be interesting. We've played a few games. You played some of these that are like one-player card-driven type things.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
And yeah, they can be neat. So I'm hoping this is one of the good ones.
All righty, folks. Well, there you go. That is Crowdsurfing. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the news, and then tomorrow afternoon with going through Gen Con stuff, which
Gen
is
Con preview.
Really close. Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Camilla.
Have fun gaming.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.